Hello everybody, this is Dino GTO and this is one of my games in the E75 which I just bought back very recently on I think Sunday when it was on sale, and this is one of the earliest games I had in it. I think this was like my third or fourth game since I rebought it. Now, because I haven't played this thing in a while, I'm not the best in it, but most of what I remember being good at, it's still amazing at. This is one thing I'd forgotten about. I'd forgotten how. Also, I love like his name, Epic Russian. He's driving the kit before, yeah, seems appropriate. Um, yeah, this thing, if you show its side too much, you are going to get ammoracked. I had totally forgotten how annoying it was to get ammoracked constantly in this thing. So I'm being a bit more cautious now than I would have been if I hadn't lost my repair kit. Because once you've lost your repair kit, that's your ability to like repair something like your engine or your ammo rack or your turret ring, just gone. Although turret ring, that's typically just a French tank thing where they tend to lose their turret ring every single time something looks at them. Looking to see if I can have a shot at that IS, but unfortunately not. Going to try and move around to get a shot in this KV4. Unfortunately, a bit of lack of observance on my part. I didn't notice the E50 to my left. And yeah. And I've used my repair kit already. This isn't good. But one good thing is, although actually I should probably say what the reload is normally. The reload is just under 13 seconds normally. Right now it's 25 seconds. 25.8 seconds I believe. So yeah. I basically have the autoloader reload without the autoloader clip right now. So I'm going to have to be a lot more cautious, a lot more careful with when I expose myself. And I just took a big hit from Artie. Trying to get the kill on this IS. Unfortunately, it's doing a thing where I can't see him through the bushes. But I do manage to pick up the kill. Typically, you just have to go by the penetration indicator. If somebody isn't visible on your replay, you just have to go by the penetration indicator in order to actually be able to judge like if the person can actually see them or not. That's the only way there is. You can't fix the disappearing of the outlines. It's really annoying. One of the most annoying bugs they've ever introduced into the replays. Now, rushing this E50. The E50 is a very dangerous machine. Fortunately enough, he doesn't have that much pen. He has 220. I have 246. Although, actually, that's one thing I should say about the E75. Honestly, this tank's better with the 105. I just use the 128 because I just missed the feeling of using the 128 since I sold my mouse and sold my, what was it? What was the other tank with the 128 I sold? I sold the Ferdinand as well. So yeah, it's been a while since I used the 128. The 128 is not the best gun on this machine. Honestly, I would say that the 225 pen 105 is the best gun. That thing's rate of fire is unreal. But as you can see, I'm just being a bit cautious here, not looking to get too far forward. I'm trying to keep the rest of my health. At this point, I see the Waffentrager Panzer IV just wrecked the Oni, so I'm just like, nope, cannot push that side. Don't even attempt to push that side wherever you know there's at least 3 tank destroyers left. One's an SU-152, one's an ISU-122S, and one's a Waffentrager Panzer IV, and we do not know which gun the Waffentrager Panzer IV was using. I missed how much health the Oni was on. He could be using the 150 or he could be using the 128. So, no idea right now. So I've decided to head to the centre. I'm not heading back to base, although you wouldn't think I was heading back to base. I'm taking the road with the most cover because I can't afford to get hit in the side. Gonna take a left here, even though I was typing in the chat, I think, or something here. Yeah, typing in the chat. That's why I near drove on further down the road than I needed to. I'm on 2 kills right now. And as I can see, a lot of my team is on pretty low health, other than I think the E50. E50 I think has got the highest HP remaining on our team. And here's one of the slight drawbacks with this machine. Its engine power is not great on flat ground. We're going down a hill. The mobility is fine. There's no issues with the mobility in my mind. But when it comes to actually climbing hills and stuff, this thing really struggles. It's a 900 horsepower engine and a 90-ton tank. So, yeah, the power weight ratio is just under 10. So, yeah, it does struggle a little bit when it comes to climbing hills and stuff. But typically, if you position yourself well, you don't really have to deal with that too often. It's just that the way this game is played out, I have had to resort to trying to climb the hill. Would have liked to have killed the SU-122 or SU-152, but unfortunately couldn't see him. Again, that Artie, the amount that I could see of his tank, I could see the tip of the gun shield of the GW Panther, the very, very tip. And I just managed to loop the shell just down into it. And at this point I write in chat, I'd be a distraction because I can take a couple of hits from any of these guys. I can't take a hit from a weapon trigger if he's using the 150, but everybody else I'm pretty confident I can take a hit from. And the KV-13 is now shooting at me. I can see the weapon trigger, I'm trying to get a shot on him. I'm being very careful with how I aim it, don't want to waste the shot. Hit him. That was very, very helpful too. I believe that's charioteer. Yeah, I think it's charioteer. And the charioteer is now going to, I believe, kill him. This KV-13 was getting on my nerves at this point. As you can see, 26-second reload, this is where it hurts. I'm just sitting here waiting, I'm expecting him to move forward again, that's why. And I even wrote in the chat, that's annoying. So I just nail him here. Slight high roll, get the kill. Pretty nice. And then there's an ISU-122S. I don't fear him at all. The max pen that thing can have is 217 on his prime ammo. And 217 is absolutely no threat to this tank. This thing, I think you need at least 220, 230 pen to actually be able to go through the lower plate. And I even read in the chat here now. And we're at 80% of the game and still did well. So that's the game, and on to the stats. As you can see from the post-game stats, I did pretty well in this game. Over 1000 XP, not too bad for a machine that was ammo-racked for about 90% of the game. Did 2800 damage, not great, but I still got 5 kills. Blocked a lot of damage, so I was happy enough with that game. So that's this one, I will see you in the next one.